Hello there, Galaxy fans, and look who is back. It's none other than my partner on the broadcast on KDOC, Cobi Jones, back with me here for this week's View from the Booth as we take a look at the Galaxy getting set to face off once again with their Western Conference rival, FC Dallas. It was a 1-1 result earlier in the year and probably in a game when the Galaxy should have had it here at the Home Depot Center. Now they face off again here at the HDC, a 4 p.m. kickoff on Sunday afternoon. What do you expect from this game from LA?
Well, I expect from LA to actually come out the same way that they've done these past few games, be it Champions League, be it the MLS league play. They're going to come out, try to set the tone, press teams as much as possible, and then that will happen in the first 5-10 minutes. After that, kind of lay back and then have that counter-attacking play.
We've seen over the last couple of months that the Galaxy have continued to move their way up the table, now sitting in the 4th spot, although there's a number of teams sitting on 37 points coming into the weekend, including the team below them in 5th in Vancouver, but they're just 5 points in front of FC Dallas. So certainly you have to think this again goes back to when we talk about a 6-point swing. They can keep Dallas from getting any points and getting closer, and at the same time widen the gap there in the table.
Well, this is a huge game for the Galaxy right now. You definitely want to win this game, like we said, a 6-point swing. Moving that distance, moving your bar up, and keeping other teams down is so important right now. When you're playing within your conference, those are must-win situations as we get closer to playoffs. So the Galaxy, they're taking all this into account, and all the players down there know this. And this is also something we have to touch on with Dallas. They know this as well, so they're going to be coming out gunning during this match.
There's no question that Shalis Hyman has been able to get this team headed in the right direction. They were struggling very much so in the very, very beginning of the year, even into the midway point of the MLS season. But now all of a sudden they've moved past teams, and they find themselves just outside the playoff picture as of right now. So they're hungry to come here to the Home Depot Center and pick up some points. Just talk about a couple of their players for a moment, and we'll start with Brek Shea. Obviously, he's one of the future faces of U.S. soccer and a player that has really come on over the last couple of years.
Well, that's what's so big and so important with this player, Brek Shea. He's been talked about quite a bit, had ups and downs, brought into the national team, had some low times, but now over this past, I'd even go the past month or so, he's those expectations, what everybody wants from him, is starting to show. His ability to actually carry the ball, dribble at people, take people on. I think he's starting to gain that confidence that you need in the different positions that he does play. And that's another big quality for him. He's so versatile. He plays out on the wings. He can play up front. And when you have a tall, strong player like that, it's such an asset to any team.
And you look at FC Dallas, they have actually a lot of South American flair in their lineup, including David Ferreira, a former MVP in this league, who is still coming back from that injury. I would say you could probably agree, not quite 100% from what we saw from him a couple of years ago, but he's getting there.
Exactly, and Ferreira, what's important about him is he's just recently come back, and if you look at his comeback, you also see the switch with Dallas. With his addition to that squad, all of a sudden their play starts getting better, they start gaining confidence, they start winning games. That's the most important part, and so that tells you that he is the key, he's the focus, and that's the player that I think the Galaxy is going to have to focus on, that midfield shutting Ferreira down. Yeah,
it's the first of the final 8 games of the regular season for the LA Galaxy, and obviously continuing to try and move their way up the table, hoping that they maybe can solidify that number 3 spot. It looks like RSL and San Jose probably have the top 2 spots in hand, but obviously we've seen things transform, and we've seen anything happen in the world of soccer. It could happen here in the Western Conference table. We'll wait to see how it plays out. All right, it's a 4 p.m. kickoff here at the Home Depot Center as the Galaxy take on FC Dallas. Great game. Should be a great environment here at the Home Depot Center. For Cobi Jones, I'm Mark Rogondino. That's this week's View from the Booth.